Hi everyone. Today I'm going to take a look at a ceiling rose, demystify it, and show you how a typical ceiling rose works. This is a typical ceiling rose with a light suspended beneath it. They used to be quite common, but have slowly been replaced by more modern light fixtures like this one. So in this video, it should be helpful if you're planning on installing your own ceiling rose or removing the ceiling rose to fit a more modern light fitting like this one. This is what a typical ceiling rose looks like. It has a base which screws into the ceiling and contains an electrical terminal blocks as well as a pendant fitting for suspending a light bulb underneath it. As always, safety first, make sure the electricity supply is switched off before touching the wires inside the ceiling rose. If in doubt, always consult with a qualified electrician. So let's take a closer look at the ceiling rose. A loop-through ceiling rose refers to the standard UK loop-in wiring method for lighting circuits, where the main electrical circuit cable enters the ceiling rose, splits into live, neutral, and earth connections, with the permanent live then looping to the next ceiling rose to provide continuous power to the lighting circuit. The ceiling rose itself acts just like a junction box, eliminating the need for separate junction boxes to transfer power to the other light fittings. The terminal blocks are the main brains of the operation. You'll find three main sets of connector blocks and an earth connection, each which has a specific job to do. On the right of this one is the line or switched live terminal. It's the connector that takes a wire coming out of the wall switch and connects to the live part of the light fitting. When the light switch is turned on, this terminal will be live, hence its common name, switched live. On the left here, you can see the neutral terminal. This is for the common neutral wires, which completes the electrical circuit. Here at the bottom is the earth terminal. This is a safety critical feature. The earth wire provides a safe path for the electricity to flow to the ground in the event of a fault, protecting you from electric shocks. All the earth wires from all the cables are connected here. And then finally in the center is the loop terminal. This is where all the permanently live parts of the circuit are connected. This includes the wires from the live part of the main lighting circuit and the live wire that goes down to the common part of the light wall switch. It's worth noting that in most ceiling roses, the loop terminal is in the center, but the line and the neutral terminals can be on the left or right, depending on the specific manufacturer. So here's the ceiling rose that I've wired just for demonstration purposes with the cap removed. At first glance, it appears complex and full of wires, but actually it's really simple to understand. Just a quick point on the color scheme. I'm in the UK and the color code for the wires is as follows. Brown is live, blue is neutral, and yellow and green is earth. This is a typical twin core and earth cable. Note that the earth wire does not have its own sleeving, and this must be added separately during the installation. So let's go through the wiring. The main live and neutral wires from your home's electrical circuit connect to the loop and neutral terminals respectively. All the cable's earth wires are connected together at the earth block. Remember, they need to have their own earth sleeving, as you can see here. Notice that the live wire from the main circuit also loops into the switched live or line terminal, which then runs down to your wall switch. When you flip the switch, it closes the circuit, allowing the current to travel back up to the switched live wire through the ceiling rose and down the cable to the light fitting, illuminating the bulb. Note that the blue cable from the switch cable has a brown sleeve, indicating that the wire is in fact live and not neutral. The flexible cable from your light fixture, the one with the live, neutral, and earth wires, then connects to the corresponding terminals on the ceiling rose's terminal block. Note that each flex on the bulb is looped around a cable grip, and ensures a nice clean connection, preventing loose wires and potential fire hazards. Most light fittings where the bulb goes is normally plastic, and so the earth wire normally doesn't need to be connected. But if it was a metal fitting, then of course it would need to be. And last but not least is the main loop supply, which takes the main power supply onwards to the next ceiling rose, and the process starts all over again. So there you have it. Hopefully you now understand how a typical ceiling rose works. The unassuming ceiling rose is a clever and essential part of your home's electrical system, designed to manage complex wiring connections safely and effectively. It's a great example of a simple component doing a vital job to keep our homes lit and safe. Please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so we see each other in the next video. Take care, everybody.